Hello guys, I'm gonna bring you one of my favorite builds for Diablo that I've been playing for a while, and that's the WorldWind Assassin. No lightning traps, no nothing like that. This is purely PvP assassin. This assassin can't do PV under any shape or form. It's really weak in PV, so if you're trying to use this for PV, I suggest you look for another build. This is strictly PvP. Right, with that being said, let's get into it, right? So we have the two basic rune words that any Whirlwind Assassin needs, which are Chaos in a claw with +3 to Venom, Fury in another claw with +3 to Venom, and 1 Dragonflight. Right, ideally what you want for any of these claws, main one is 3 to Venom. Secondly is Dragonflight. If you can get free and free on both of them, you're golden. I wasn't able to find any, but this is what I got. Right. As for the headpiece, endgame, Crown of Ages, with 2 5/5 poison die facets in it. If you can't afford the Crown of Ages, I suggest going for a Shaco. Shaco with an or a bear in it, but if you can afford a bear, you can afford the Crown of Ages. If you can afford 2 bears in the Crown of Ages, go for 2 bears in the Crown of Ages. This is more of a budget Crown of Ages, so there's that. Main armor piece, Bramble Rune Word. This is a must. I would suggest that if your Bramble is under 40%, sell it and make another one. Gloves, Triangle Gloves. No substitution for these, as the 25% poison skill damage is unnecessary. Rings, 1 angelic ring, 1 angelic amulet, ring with dual leech. You guys are probably asking why no Raven Frosts, because if you're gonna fight the frozen a cold sorceress, you're pretty much gonna get one-shotted regardless. You're not a paladin, you aren't very tanky. Cold sorceresses, if you can't land your Dragonflight on them, you're dead. Moving on. Verdungos Hurty Cord. This is the only build for this build, as you need the damage reduction as much as possible. Boots, Shadow Dancers or Gore Riders. Only options for this. Gore Riders or Shadow Dancers. Shadow Dancers, pretty much against any caster. Gore Riders against any melee with huge HP pools. Substitutions for rings and belts, for rings and amulets. Metal Grid for the amulet. As for the rings, Tubal Katos rings also work. You can go to Raven Frost if you want against the cold sorcerers, but I'm guaranteeing you it's not gonna help you one bit against cold sorceresses. Against fire orb sorceresses and lightning, you can go the rings with absorb and Thunder Gods belt, but chances are you're not gonna survive if you get hit by a lightning from a lightning sword. The fireballs you can survive with two dwarf rings on you. As for inventory charms, pretty much Shadow Discipline, all of them. Shadow Discipline with life, Shadow Discipline with strength, Shadow Discipline with whatever you can. As for the small charms, you want attack rating, maximum damage, and preferably life, if you can afford them. But you can go with attack rating, maximum damage, and strength or dex, and whichever one of those combinations. For your offhand, after you boo yourself with Horo, with Call to Arms, you want to get yourself one of these things and just self-enchant. This will increase your attack rating by a lot. Along with Angelic, you should have a shit ton of attack rating and should be able to hit anything instantly. Skill tree. Max out Claw Mastery. 8 points into Burst of Speed. 20 hard points into Fade. 20 hard points into Venom. 1 point into Weapon Block. 1 point into Cloak of Shadow. 20 points into Dragonflight. The rest of them are optional. You can do whatever you want with the rest of the points. I personally got a Shadow Warrior. I'm gonna respec soon and get rid of this and put the rest of the points into Burst of Speed. There's no point in grabbing any of the traps. They are all pointless. As for Strength and Dex, put as much as you need to wear your gear, and the rest goes into Vitality. That's about it for this guide on the gear and stuff. Let's go do some duels. See if anyone is gonna want to do it. What is that? Is that a trap sim? As you can see, we got a barbarian with an enigma over here, and that's a fire sorceress over there. I'm gonna go in town before one of those fireballs hits me. Declaring war on everyone that joins, because that's the way to go. There's this guy, fire. Hydros. Oh, you're the corner boy. Oh, but he got me. I only got one head in on him, but that took half of his HP. I couldn't get more spins, and I don't have dwarf rings to survive fire damage. But yeah, that's it for this build, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any improvements you think you might like to add to this, leave them in the comment section, and we can just upgrade the build. Bye bye.